Okay, we have to talk about chapter 168 of Yakusoku no Neverland, or The Promised Neverland. Basically, this is the latest chapter translated in the English translation. It just came out a few days ago, and I'm so happy that I'll be covering this specific chapter because it has so many intense battle scenes and so many thrilling and exciting scenes that any manga reader would be shocked at. So personally, I love the series The Promised Neverland, even though its direction has changed from horror genre to more of an action fighting battle shonen manga. I still love the character developments, the growth, and the storyline that the creators have put into this work for 3.5 years now. So basically, the latest chapter, chapter 168, covers how Vincent and Nigel are trying to hijack the system so the demons won't get in their way. And basically, it's very intense because the chapter cover title, it's when I saw that chapter 168, Dad, oh my gosh, I thought my speculation is correct all along. Peter Ratry and the Ratry clan, whoever they are, maybe in this chapter are confirmed that they are the sperm donors for the creation of the children in the Lambda plantations, in the Gracefield plantations, all of them. It's such a big reveal. Even though it's not explicitly stated that he's that he's the original person where this he's the original sperm donor. He didn't outright say that. The creators didn't outright say that, but it's implied. It's there. He said in the midway through the chapter that he's the creator, and he has taken hostage Vincent, Nigel, and other Lambda experiment children. He has taken them hostage, and just when you know that Emma and Ray and Norman, they already caught him, the creators put a plot twist saying that the Peter Ratry and his goons, his soldiers or his henchmen, have caught Vincent, Nigel hijacking the system. Unfortunately for Peter, Vincent has put protective passwords on the computer system, so he won't be able to. So Peter Ratry won't be able to access the computer to unleash the demons, so that the demons will have control again. And even like revealing during the chapter that Peter is going to execute Muhika and Songju. Like that was like a few chapters ago. I know in the timeline here it's like still the same day, but still that was a few chapters back. Whatever happened to Muhika and Songju? Where are they now? Have they been executed? But I'm so glad that in this chapter it's revealed that they're still alive. They're still alive, and that's all that matters. So they haven't been killed yet. Norman was furious when he heard from Peter Ratry that they're gonna the Ratry clan's gonna transform all the plantations into Lambda's plantations, so that they don't have any demon royalty to report to anymore. So they're gonna get rid of the high cost plantations, the Gracefield plantations. They're gonna rid all of that, so that the children won't even have the facade of having future hopes and dreams. They won't even give way to rebels like Emma, Ray, and Norman's group. So that straight out, they're just gonna cut to the chase. They're gonna transform everything into Lambda. It's gonna be brutal when or if that happens. And funny thing about that Promised Neverland series, the phrase "the future I want" is emphasized thoroughly in the series. Emma said it. She hasn't achieved the future she wanted. Isabella, I think at one time when her reveal was was told in one of the few chapters back. It's revealed, Peter revealed to her, "You haven't achieved the future you wanted, so take my hand, I can give you freedom." He said something like that to Isabella. So the phrase that, haven't reaching the future I want, it's a recurring phrase or a recurring theme in this series, and it's very interesting because it just retells how the children are trying to fight against the Ratri clan so that they can escape to the human world, so that they can achieve the bright future that they want for Emma and her friends. So that's one thing. And the chapter quickly ends with actually Peter Ratri shooting Vincent on his shoulder, and actually a big reveal, well, not so much of a big reveal, but big turnaround for Vincent. He actually called Norman by his name. So that's something that I'm happy to read at when I look at that comic panel, because he's acknowledging Norman not as a boss, but as a friend, not as a god, but as an actual person who has feelings, who has hopes and dreams. And so even though it took Vincent quite a while, because his character development is like really shady character, helping out Norman in the background as the head honcho, or as his right-hand man, along with the other Lambda people, Sislo and Barbara. So I'm happy for Vincent that he's getting the spotlight in this chapter. Unfortunately, he's really injured right now because Peter shot him. So that scared Norman. And Norman actually is being influenced by Emma's charisma or positivity. Norman even said to Vincent in the headphones, saying that we're all going to survive this together. Vincent, don't die on me, or something along the lines. So he really wanted to believe that he, along with others, Emma and Ray, he can save the Lambda Plantation children. He wanted to believe that, and I believe that that's something that he caught from Emma, from being friends with Emma time and time again since they are children. I love the character development on Norman. It's just I've actually created a character analysis on Norman a while back. A while ago, it's actually around 30 minutes, but that's because I really love his character development. So check that out if you have time. More on Peter Ratri. He's really tired and sick of fighting. I guess he is reflective of the first Ratri person, Julius Ratri, who said in a few chapters back, around chapter 143, I think, that he is tired of the fighting and children being rebellious against him. So that idea alone, being tired, he wanted to have some sort of control over the children. Really, around chapter 141 or 142, it's stated that Julius Ratri, the person who initiated the promise, betrayed his friends so that he can have some peace of mind. He's willing to give up his life just so the fighting can cease. But then, as you know, the demon child, or the demon child god, turned over the tables, and instead of getting the freedom that he wants, Julius Ratri is burdened with a heavier burden. He's burdened with the task of being the gatekeeper between the human world and the demon world, so the two parties can keep the promise or the pact that they're not gonna hunt humans, that the demons are not gonna hunt humans, and that the humans, the human race, are gonna keep providing children to the demons so that they can feed on them. So what I do love about Peter Ratri, even though he is seen right now as a vicious character, hopefully the creators or the mangakas are going to create a backstory around him. I haven't seen the side stories related to Peter Ratri and his older brother James Ratri. There's a side scene or a side story in one of the later volumes regarding when they were children. I really would love to see that. Unfortunately, the English translation for volumes 15 and 16 haven't been released yet, but when they do, I really want to acknowledge that as part of his character arc or development. Saying Peter Ratri saying that he's the creator, he's the dad, it's really an insult to the kids, to Oliver, to Nigel, to everyone, basically, not just the Goldie Pond kids, but also the Gracefield kids, all of the children. He's really tired and sick of the children's rebelliousness, and even telling them up front that they're just defects, that they have no one to report to anymore. That the children doesn't have to be perfect merchandise anymore because they're not going to get shipped out to the royal demons to be or to be fed. And the chapter very basically ends with Oliver pointing a gun on Peter's head, and he didn't even shoot yet, but that's a cliffhanger for another chapter on March 1st. Oliver was disgusted. I guess any reader who realizes that Peter's the sperm donor for all the children, really disgusting, shocking, but at the same time, I guess the readers have had their speculations on who the sperm donors are. Who knows if James Matthew was also the sperm donor? But just the technology in this age, 2047, it's incredible. The politics is definitely in there. Costs are gonna be definitely incorporated because artificial insemination, that's very expensive. If they can do that at 2047 to create children, or for children to be born on the demon world, like how much power does the Ratwi clan hold on the demon world right now? And with the queen, Ligue Valima, out of the way, and her the 5 royal nobles, I think there's nothing can stop the Ratwi clan in going against the children. So Oliver was saying, "You're not our father." He's really furious. The only thing that he should have done is like shoot the gun, just kill him so that everything will end. But then really, I'm very excited for this chapter. I'm very excited the direction that it will be going. Let me know what you think. Thoughts on how the other children are gonna take on this very horrid news that he is the creator, quote unquote dad. So yeah, and that's my take on chapter 168 of The Promised Neverland. Let me know what you think. Thank you and bye.